I was friends with one of my exes back in high school, and I thought it was something I could easily get through. I thought I could easily be friends with an ex. But as time went on, and the longer I kept communicating with this girl, the more I realized I wasn't over it. The more I realized I still had feelings for her. And the more I realized that I was just delaying the hurt and delaying my healing process. Someone recently asked me, is it possible to be friends with an ex? And genuinely, I can't answer that without having to ask, are there still feelings between the two of you? How long has it been? What do you feel when you think of her or when you see her? Personally, for me, I remember when me and my ex broke up back in high school. This was a while ago. I thought that mutually we could be friends. And this was because we mutually just had to break up. Things had to end. She was moving out of state, and I was still here in Oregon. But we decided that maybe it'd be best that we could still be friends, even though, we can't do it anymore. We can't be together. So we tried to be friends. We tried to kind of still talk to one another. And as time went on, and the more time I spent talking to her, the more I realized that I wasn't over it, that I couldn't just categorize her as a friend. And later down the line, I had to put myself first, and I had to tell her, "Hey, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I really could be your friend. I still have feelings for you. I still wake up thinking about you even though you're no longer here. You're no longer around me. And I really don't think I could be your friend anymore. I'm tired of waking up and having these feelings of me still liking you, and we're talking back and forth like as if nothing's happened, like as if nothing happened between us, like as if we were just good friends. And before we dated, she was just a good friend, but I can't put her in that category anymore now that everything's said and done, now that after we dated, now that we did everything. And so I had to cut things off with her because I still had feelings for her. You could be friends with an ex. I personally believe you can, but the reality is you have to, one, give it time. Literally, that's the first thing. One, give it, I would say maybe a year, 2 years. And two, not feel anything for someone. I really think you shouldn't be feeling any connection towards them. Granted, you can still care for this person. It's obvious to care for someone. We're people. That's like the most obvious thing. You should care for someone, but you shouldn't care romantically for them. You shouldn't have feelings for them. And if you do have those feelings, if you do have these mixed emotions, this feeling of still caring, of still loving, you can't be friends with this person, because what's going to make it worse is, let's say, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, you guys are talking as friends, you still have these mixed feelings, and they come out saying that they have a relationship, saying that they're seeing someone, and yet you're still there, sort of friend zoned in a way, but not really, because you already had your chance with this person, but not anymore because they're no longer part of your life, yet they still are as a friend. One thing that's been popping in my mind right now is we friends though. We friends though from Kai Sinat and all that. So that was a funny time, but that's besides the point. You can be friends with someone that was once your lover, but you can't be attached to them. You can't be thinking about them in a romantic way like you did before. Instead, you would think of them as a friend would. Care for them, care of what's going on in their life, checking up on them, hanging out with them. But granted, enough time has had to have passed in order for you to approach that, in order for you to do that. You can't just immediately jump from relationship ending to friends right away. It doesn't work like that. I'm going to be honest. And if you have had that feeling before, if you've been able to do that, chances are you didn't really like that person to begin with. I'm going to be honest here. If you had a connection towards someone, if you had a connection with someone that deep that you guys were in love with one another, there is no chance that you guys can switch to friends just like that. There really isn't. It would take time. It would take, I'd say, 1 or 2 years, 3 years, depending on how long the relationship was. Like, in all honesty, that dictates on the amount of time that needs to be separated between you two before you guys could reconnect, before you guys could probably talk to one another, before you guys could probably look yourself in the eyes oh wait, look at each other in the eye, enough time has to have passed in order for you to kind of, one, regulate your feelings, two, process the breakup and everything that happened, three, process your emotions and your feelings about this person, and four, being able to move on, being able to start having feelings for someone else. Now, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you yourself, your feelings. Like, how is your feeling? You also have to keep into consideration, how do they feel? Because it's one thing that you want to be friends with them, but do they want to be friends with you? And you shouldn't even want to force that either. If after that relationship they kind of just want space, they kind of don't want to talk to you anymore, they kind of want to sever all ties, you have to accept it. And it hurts because you want to still have this person part of your life. Of course, they know you, they know you've told them, your biggest accomplishments, your biggest secrets, what you're striving for, what you want to do. They know you for you. But if they can't do that anymore, it's probably because they, one, have feelings for you, but two, they just don't want to see you with someone else. They can't. It aches. It hurts to see the person you loved with someone else. So yes, you want to be friends with them, but do they want to be friends with you? You have to ask yourself that as well. Now, granted, if you both decide you want to be friends, cool. Again, time has to be separated. There has to be time that you guys have separated from one another. Live your guys' own lives. Do your own things without that person. Without them as a friend, without them as a lover, you need to go live your life on your own for a bit. See other people, meet new friends, see potential partners, have that feeling of having a crush again with other people. And then let's say a year, 2, 3 years maybe passive down, you guys somehow reconnect, you guys somehow talk to one another, and you don't feel anything for this person, you could be friends with them. You could. I think one of the major reasons why I say you can be friends with them is because of one of the artists that I really like love listening to, most especially in like the winter, was the Marias, and how Maria Zardoya and Josh Conaway were once in a relationship, and they had to do a lot of therapy and a lot of just talking about their emotions in order for them to not only still be in a band but also to still be friends with one another. In all honesty, you can be friends with them as long as you're over it. As long as you, when you think about them, there isn't any romantic feelings, there isn't anything that isn't within you that says, I still love this person. Because if you still have that feeling, if you still have that feeling of wanting to be with them, if you still have that feeling of wanting to see them every day because you love them, because you care for them, not because you want them as a friend, not because you want to check up on them, see how they're doing with their life, but because you still have these feelings of love, you shouldn't be friends with them. You shouldn't. Because it's going to make it worse when they have someone new and when you see them with someone else. Because you still have these feelings of love, you still have these feelings of wanting them. I remember it clear as day. It was a day of my graduation, and I graduated, and me and my ex at the time didn't talk for a while. Probably would have been 3 to 6 months. But I remember the day of my graduation. After my graduation, my family took me to Applebee's, and we were eating there when I received a buzz. My phone buzzed, and I saw it was a notification, and it was my ex who reached out to me and congratulated me on my graduation. And when I saw that message, it hit me like, I can't do this. I can't be your friend. I'm tired of waking up and feeling these feelings. And I remember that same night, I texted her that and said, thanks, but also, I can't be your friend. I still have these feelings. And I have to put me first. We could be friends down the line, but right now, I just can't be your friend because I still love you. Today's recording is here at Greenhouse? No, Waterway. Sorry. I think it's Waterway Park or Greenhouse Park. I already forgot the name of it, and I don't want to move my camera, so we're going to go with Greenway Park. No, it's not Greenway, because I was already at Greenway. What was it? Waterhouse. It's Waterhouse. It's Waterhouse Park. I'm doubling down. It's Waterhouse Park. If it's not, I probably will write it up here that it is not Waterhouse Park. But today's recording is here at Waterhouse. Today's recording is here at Waterhouse Park in Beaverton, Oregon. I believe this is still Beaverton, Oregon. This is where it gets a little bit shady here, because you don't know what's Beaverton, what's Hillsboro. Besides the point, you guys probably don't know what Beaverton or Hillsboro is here in Oregon, but I am here. This is a walkway that I walked a lot back in high school. It's funny now that I think that I was talking about my high school days. Man, I'm unk, but talking about my high school days because this is the walkway me and my high school ex actually walked. So I'm kind of shocked that I just now remembered that. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. I just remember like just walking this pathway again just brings back memories of not only walking with her, my high school ex, but also my brother, and just going to go like because down this whole pathway there's like a Fred Meyer, and me and my brother would just go there a lot, to just kind of get snacks or buy Legos or just do random BS. I don't know. We would it was just this is like where I kind of was at high school age before the pandemic. Gosh. Anywho, if you want to leave a topic or a question for a future video, you guys can do so by hitting the link tree somewhere around here. And you just kind of click on that, and there is just like a button for you to just kind of leave a topic or a question for a future video. I will read it, of course, and I will make a future video on that subject. If I haven't gotten to yours already, I'm very sorry. I'm literally, there's like right now 25 submissions, so I'm just kind of like going through it by what was submitted first. So if you're wondering, this was also submitted to me, so that's why I wanted to make this video. Yeah, I mean, other than that, also while you're in the link tree, I have a IG. I'm gonna say that because again, I don't know how these platforms where I'm uploading this on is going to restrict me or do anything to me, so I'm just gonna be careful with that. My words. If you guys want to follow me on there, I will be posting my yaps there. Actually, today, once this goes up, my yaps should be also on there. So it isn't gonna be the full yaps. It's gonna be clips and segments that I think are very important or very more like I really resonate with this from this episode. So yeah, that's that. Um, I think that's it. Uh, I mean, yeah, it's very windy. It was actually to think yesterday was like 85 degrees here in Oregon, and now today it's like 50. It was literally it looks like there's about to be some showers here soon. Very windy. There was lightning storms like last night. Crazy. It's just went from like 85 to 55 just like that. So that's Oregon weather for you. It's very bipolar. Whatever you're doing, just remember every day is a day closer. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week or next month, but as long as you do it every day, you are one step closer to achieving that goal. You are one step closer to achieving that dream, and you are one step closer to becoming that person you really want to be. My hair as well has been all over the place. So hopefully you guys don't hear the wind, but knowing my microphone, I think you guys did hear the wind. Hopefully it's not that bad or messing up with the audio. But my hair, man. Yeah, this is one thing I really don't like about wind. It blows my hair quite a bit, so it messes up my hair. But anywho, that's it for me, guys. Deuces.